the meeting between top law ministry and CBI officials was anything but routine. If it was, then why would the political executive summon top officials, including the CBI director, with the Colgate report, the coal scam report? It's a controversy that's staring at a red-faced government, and details emerging tonight point to the law minister's alleged defiance of the Supreme Court guidelines.
It was a meeting between top CBI and law ministry officials. A meeting that discussed the CBI's crucial status report in the Colgate scam, prompting a charge of the agency being misused by the government.
The crucial meeting was taking place at Shastri Bhavan. Present at the meeting was CBI Director Mr. Ranjit Sinha, the Law Minister, some senior CBI officials as well as the Attorney General. When the Law Ministers and the CBI officials met, the CBI officials handed over the status report to the Law Minister. The Law Minister quietly started reading through that status report, the CBI Director quietly sitting in one corner, and finally our sources telling our channel that some modifications were made to the status report by the Law Minister.
As the government battles charges of vetting the CBI report, the Law Minister is not offering any comment, even as his party defended him.
Officers regularly they meet with ministers. It is not necessary if they are meeting, government is putting pressure.
The CBI director, who was at the meeting along with his top officers, also preferred to wait for the agency to file its official report. With the apex court deadline for the CBI director to submit his affidavit on whether the status report was shared with the political executive fast approaching, many difficult questions have cropped up for both Law Ministry and the CBI.
In fact, two meetings happened. One meeting in the Law Minister's office in which Mr. Ashwini Kumar personally interacted with Mr. Ranjit Sinha. And the second meeting happened with the officer or the secretariat people of the PMO. We are saying Law Minister should resign, and more importantly, SIT must be constituted.
Sources within the Prime Minister's office are downplaying reports, adding on to what the CBI has said. Even a Supreme Court advocate, Prashant Bhushan, made more serious charges, questioning the transfer of an investigative officer.
Previous officer in charge of this investigation, the DIG Mr. Ravi Kant, he was shunted out, perhaps because he objected to the modifications being made in the status report by the government. A false statement is made to the court that this has not been shared with the political executive is a very serious matter.
The CBI has dismissed the charge, claiming that procedures were followed, adding the officer in question sought a transfer.
CBI is not an independent agency. It is dependent on the government for manpower, for taking people on deputation. It is the government which decides who will come to CBI.
The question is, did the Additional Solicitor General misrepresent facts when asked if the government vetted the CBI report? And if it is a routine affair, then why isn't the Law Minister putting it on record? And isn't it a clear-cut case of political interference if the government has vetted the CBI report? With Rhythm Bhardwaj, Poonam Agrawal for Times Now.